What up?
What up? Welcome back to another episode.
Something again.
Something.
You think we'd keep track? Nope. It's an episode.
Today we're talking about something more.
Something soft.
Something soft. Loneliness. Loneliness. You want to say it too?
Loneliness is within all of us. I see it on the face of every child.
Mad World. That reminds me of that song Mad World by Gary Jules.
Oh, that's a sad ass song.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's good.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out
Yep,
places.
that's...
Dude, Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko in Neon Genesis Evangelion. Neon Genesis is a... No. Donnie Darko is a live action adaptation of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I think Donnie Darko's sad. No, it's not sadder. Dude, nothing's sadder than Neon Genesis, honestly.
Oh, man.
That's actually, you know what? Berserk's pretty sad.
Berserk is pretty sad. And that does cover a lot of topics around loneliness.
Berserk?
Yeah. Berserk?
Yeah, with guts.
Yeah. Because, I mean, basically that fool is alone.
For the most part, yeah.
But I mean, I haven't finished watching the movies, so I don't really know.
Do you know what Griffith does?
Yeah, I know. I know the background of it. I've seen all the memes and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He basically betrays his family.
Yeah, pretty much.
He basically betrays his family, right? And he does it for what did he do it again for? Like, what's his reasoning behind?
He became powerful, like all powerful.
He just did it for power.
Yeah, that was it.
Hold on. Bruh, they have a shitload of dogs.
Why?
And they always fight. I think they breed dogs.
Oh my god.
It's
definitely like in the list of conditions of not the most ideal things of podcasting with the dog breeders next door.
Yeah. Looks like I think one of them got killed off. Alright.
Holy shit, dude.
Sometimes I get worried, bro. Because I'll be hearing a shriek in the middle of the night. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Next morning, there's no more barking.
No. There's like phases of like loud barking and non-stop barking.
And then just quiet. Loneliness. Just loneliness.
Well, anyways.
What do you think?
Talk about Berserk. Like, I feel like
I want you to tell me about Neon first.
Neon?
Yeah, so if you could explain Neon Genesis to someone that's never seen it before, how would you cover it?
Loneliness. I mean, that's what it is.
It's the core.
There's like three main characters that it's around teenage kids, and there's Shinji, Asuka, and Rei, and all of them deal with loneliness in their own manner.
Mm-hmm.
Shinji would be the kind of like the cuck. He feels worthless, basically. Like, he thinks he's not worthy of anything of love and affection, and that affects the people around him and how they treat him, because he's basically pathetic. You know? Like, he's looking to just cater for others in a way. You know, he only does things to get an approval. Asuka does the same thing, but she takes more pride in it. You know, she's like, I'm piloting this Eva because I'm good. I know I'm good. I'm the best, and I want people to know that I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
Shinji does it because, like, oh, they want me to do it. They only will like me because I do it that way. Like, he takes it a more pathetic route.
Yeah.
In a way, Asuka feels the same way, but she changes the perspective of it. Like, you know, I'm doing this for me too. Like, but at the end of the day, in the later episodes, she finally realizes that him and Shinji are not that far apart.
Yeah.
So, like, I only do this for the approval of others. Like, without Ava, my pilot, without my mech, I'm nothing, basically.
It's like an extension of them. It's what gives them purpose for the most part.
Yeah, and then Rei through and through, she just doesn't care. She's like fucking.
She's a fucking dead robot.
Yeah, she's just going through the motions of stuff, and like whatever people do to her, she just does not care.
Do you think you're more of an Asuka or a Shinji?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, I've been feeling a lot like Rei. Just like a robot.
Oh.
Going through the motions. Just like
Was Rain right?
Just there. Anyways, what I like about it, like there's a whole episode. That one episode is called "The Hedgehog's Dilemma."
Oh yeah.
And that kind of it hits a little different. I mentioned to you earlier, but I'll just repeat it again. So the hedgehog's dilemma. So you all know what a hedgehog is, right? You know, it has little spines and stuff. But like any other animal, most animals when they're cold, they huddle for warmth. But the hedgehog's problem is he has spines. So when he tries to get close to other hedgehogs, they hurt each other. Mm-hmm. And in the anime, and there's a fucking philosophy book that mentions the hedgehog dilemma, and the anime pulls straight from that. And it says that that's basically human nature, in which like all of us crave for warm affection of others, but we get to a point where we're too close and we hurt each other, I should say. Whether, you know, we fail them in like a promise and stuff like that. You know, we hurt each other, not on purpose, because a hedgehog doesn't want to hurt them on purpose.
But they do want someone to hold them. It's a really good metaphor.
Involuntarily hurt them. Mm-hmm. You know, like they don't want to hurt you. It just happened.
But they will.
But it just happened, yeah. And they base that on Shinji. Like he wants to get close to people, but he doesn't feel like he's deserving of that love. So when other people put their half in of loving them, Shinji isn't giving it back because he's not giving it to himself. So he's hurting them.
Dude. So he's not giving it back. Yeah.
He's not giving it back, so it's hurting. He's hurting the people around him.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, what the fuck, Shinji? Like, I'm giving you something.
Like Misato.
Yeah, Misato. Like Misato is doing everything to help. Misato is the caretaker of Shinji, because Shinji doesn't have a mom. And he's a teenager, so Misato is a teacher, and he basically adopted him. But so Misato is trying to help him, like even as Asuka, like, you know, being arrogant and whatever she is, she's a brat basically. She still cares about him and wants him to be like, you know what, I'm putting in my half. Whether like I'm not doing this because I love you, I'm doing this because we have like a bigger thing to reach. You know? Yeah. Like they have different relationships, you know, whether it's like professional relationship, like coworkers, schoolmates. Or like friendships or romantic interests. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean,
it's a really, really sad anime. It's just heart-wrenching at times.
So the first half of the anime is Shinji building up his confidence.
Once you get fucking decimated.
Yeah, and it's all like, you know, there's struggles here and there. So yeah, he faces you know, there's struggles along the way, but you know, he builds from it. Mm-hmm. But at one point, the first mistake he does, everything he built up just crashes back down.
What was the first mistake?
I forget what he does. It's like when fighting one of the angels. Like it's after the like the that episode where he's I think it's Hedgehog's Dilemma. That episode.
Is it?
It breaks it down. Because before that, I think it's that fight where him and Asuka have to fight together. Like they're dancing to be in sync and fight a duo of angels.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. And it all comes crashing back down around him. Like he realizes that, like he's trying to like, he gets rejected basically by Rei. Mm-hmm. He likes Rei, tries to give her love, but you know Rei is just a robot and doesn't know how to reciprocate. So then he feels some type of way about it. He's like, ugh.
He gets shunned. Shinji gets cut.
Because Shinji's wants. Like he has the friendships now, and professional relationships, but now he wants that relation, like that romantic relationship.
He wants to take it to the next level.
Yeah, you know, physical contact with someone. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't get it, and
he gets jaded about it too.
Yeah, he gets super into it, and then you know, and in most ways, man, the director of that fucking anime was going through some shit. This is all coming from his soul, because there's a bunch of biblical references and stuff like that, and mostly Judaism, like all those things, like Lilith. That's a Jewish lore.
Jewish lore.
I don't know how to say it.
That does not sound. That is not PC.
What do you mean? It's lore.
It's a Jewish fairy tale. The ones they tell people.
Anyways, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
It kind of hurts though.
Why?
Because at the end of it,
it doesn't matter.
Basically, they say that what you are now, the environment around you, at the end, it won't matter. It's not gonna matter.
You're gonna get. It's all gonna end the same, really.
Yeah, but they try to put a twist into it to make it more positive, because it's all perspective. It's all about how you perceive the world. Mm-hmm. So they said, Shinji, you always you don't feel like you deserve love, and that's your whole perspective around everybody else. Then, like, you're placing your perspective on everyone else. Mm-hmm. Like, they want to give you love, but you're just not looking for it. You're not seeing it because you're not looking for it.
It's a really introspective. It's an interesting look into human intimacy.
Yeah.
Just everything about it's crazy.
And it makes sense though. Like, I care about you, and I want the best for you. But at one point, I might make an action that I think is for your better. Like, maybe I do an action, and in my head, I'm like, this is for his better interest. I have your interest in mind. Let's say I think you have a drinking problem, and we're getting invited to a bar, and I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna go. I don't want to go to drink. Because I kind of don't want you to go to
drink. You don't want to
enable you to drink.
Yeah.
But then in your head, you might be like, "Wow, Izzy, what a lame ass, no fun having ass.
Why do I hang out with him?
Yeah, like, why don't you want to go out anymore? Like, what? You might take it that way.
Yeah, it's all perspective.
Yeah, it's all perspective, and I think that's like the origin of loneliness, because we can't see into other people's minds. Mm. We just we communicate through sound and fucking what is it?
Touch
and like hand signals,
like pantomiming?
Yeah. So it's hard to get your idea fully across. And Neon Genesis talks about that too, because the angels want to unify everyone into a single
entity.
Return back to God.
Yeah,
into one entity. Because it say that being an individual causes suffering. That's the goal of Nerve too, isn't it? Yeah, reunification. Because when we're all one single mind, we all understand each other. So you can't cause harm to each other. Dude. But that's the part of individuality. Like, that's what makes us individuals. Conflicts. Misunderstandings.
Could you imagine if that was a real thing? If there was an atom, something that could combine, like, just bring everybody to be of one mind?
But then what is life? What does it mean to live when...
As a collective?
Yeah, as a collective when...
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because they say it's returning to nothingness.
Is that so bad? It's all up to you.
That's what it is. Like, reunification is nothingness, because there is no conflict, no conflicting forces. There is no shifts, no changes. So everything's steady, like water, calm, not moving, just still. There is no time anymore, because there is nothing to count down. There's no reason to. There's nothing. There's no reason to account for time. There is no reason to account for space.
Do you think nothing is scary?
Nothing?
Yeah.
Nothing. It is, because all we know is now. It's hard for me to explain, but it's because we're unfamiliar with the idea of nothingness.
Yes.
Like, what is zero?
Absolute zero. I have no idea.
What is zero?
It's nothing. It's empty.
The absence of something.
It's void. There's nothing there. I don't know. I feel like it sounds scarier than it really is, because if there's nothing, we worry about it right now, but that's part of the conflicting side. If we return to nothing, we're not going to feel any type of way about it. I think it would just be empty. And to think of yourself in something just being completely and truly empty, it sounds scary because I feel like I would get everything snatched away from me, right? My fears, my aspirations, my dreams, my everything is snatched from me and then returned to nothing. I don't know. On the one hand, it sounds like it'd be pretty good. It sounds like you don't have anything to worry about and there's never going to be anything to worry about. There's nothing. But it's like you're saying, on the other hand, you lose your individuality and you lose what makes you human.
Yeah.
You lose yourself into the void. I don't know. That's a hard question between would I want to be individual or return to nothing.
And then let's think about the bigger aspect too, like a community.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I just watched Taxi Driver. We were just talking about it with Robert De Niro.
Great movie.
And he faces loneliness as well. Mm-hmm. You know, but yet he's in a big city like New York, full of people. But yet he feels alone, which is, you know, it's a kind of like a dead horse now. You're beating a dead horse. You know, how can you feel so lonely when there's so many people around you?
Right.
And this guy struggles with it. Like he has people around him talking to him, like those taxi drivers that he's always meeting up at a coffee spot, mm-hmm. and he wants to connect with people. He wants to connect with people. You know, he wants to make that relationship.
He's making the effort.
But yet there's something that's stopping him. Whether like and the movie doesn't go into why it's stopping him. It references like, oh, you know, he's a war veteran, like he got honorably discharged and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really go into what happened. So there's like that open idea like, oh, maybe it's trauma, war trauma and stuff like that. Or maybe he was abused as a child, because when he sees that teenage girl being hoed out, he's like staring. He's like,
this isn't right.
He's looking at it. Maybe it might have been childhood trauma and stuff like that. It's so empty. And you know what's funny too? Like I like the cinema, like the way it's shot, because when he's like in himself, like in his mind, there's shit happening in the background. There's a scene where Robert De Niro is talking to another cab driver, and I was telling him how
the Alka-Seltzer.
No, not the Alka-Seltzer, but like kind of fucking it's so cringy, because Robert De Niro goes up to the guy and he's like, you know what, man, lately I just been, and that's where it stops, and the other guy takes over. He's like, you know what, man, you think about it too much. You know, I would kill to be in your position. You're young. Look at you.
Yeah. You're young. Look at you.
Hold on. Let me say for him. You want to close it?
Yeah. What if he's got to come in? You okay?
Right. Anyways. Fucking ruined the video.
Take it from the top.
But just whatever. What you continue? Says, you're young. Look at you.
Yeah.
You know, I would kill to be in your position. Gotta stop thinking about things so hard. Just go with the flow. Do what you gotta do. Don't. You know. He just keeps on spewing positive stuff to him.
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro at the end says, "That's about the stupidest thing I've heard in my life." And the cab driver, he's like, "What do you want me to say, bro? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." This one talks for like a cool 5 minutes to him, right, giving him positive shit. And at the end, he just says, that's some of the biggest, stupidest shit I've heard in my life. And the cab driver's like, no way.
The fuck you want from me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
Back to the hedgehog's dilemma.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how.
He wants to get close, but he ends up hurting people without even knowing it.
I think he knows. He goes on a fucking shooting spree.
Yeah, that's true. But he feels like he's helping, though. He feels like he's helping.
Whoa.
And at the end, like, that fool still hasn't changed. You know, he gets veered as a hero at the end. You know, the girl of his dream likes him again. But at the end, there's that scene where he picks up his love interest at the end.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, oh, let's meet up again. And Robert De Niro says, thank you, and dips. And then it and then
it's Travis, man. His name is Travis.
Travis?
Yeah.
Oh, Travis. He starts driving off, and then there's like a twitch happens, and throughout the movie he's always looking at his rearview mirror, looking to his past, always fidgeting and shit. He's like, and it cuts. It ends like that. It's him driving, and then he fidgets, and the camera's looking at the rear view, at the reflection of his eyes, and that's what the movie cuts.
How'd you feel about that ending? Did you like it?
I liked it. Robert De Niro played it perfectly because I cringed the whole fucking way.
Yeah. Well, I don't get that sense. It wasn't cringy for me. It just was super interesting, honestly, to like watch.
It was hard to watch. Like the way he interacts with people, it hurt.
But why? Why did like? It sounds like it hits you on a personal level.
Maybe because I can resonate.
Okay.
Because we all grew up awkward. You know, I'm not gonna say that I'm a special snowflake and I grew up more awkward than others. We all grew up awkward.
Yeah, we did.
Some of us deal with it a little differently. Some people just grow from it. Look back and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I was dumb and awkward, but now I'm a changed man. And some of us think back and it kind of hurts because you're like, oh, I can't believe I was that. You know?
Not to that degree, but I know what you're saying.
I feel disgusted. I'm just like, damn, I used to be like that, bro.
Yeah, because I thought when I watched it, I thought it was a good movie, and the character was very interesting. He seemed very... I get vibes from him the same as Alex from A Clockwork Orange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kid's fucking crazy, too.
And and he's dealing loneliness, too. Like, he wants to be accepted, but and also community, too. Like, it talks about, like, individuality and being part of the community. Like, yeah, you want to be an individual, but you also got to fit in with the community. Because if you don't fit with the community, you become an outcast.
Yeah.
If you become an outcast, like, yeah, you can say this and the third. Like, you know what? I don't need this. Maybe there are people like that out there. But for the most part, I feel like it fucks you up.
You know who is the epitome or the like golden standard of outcasts? I forget his name, but the main character from Catcher in the Rye.
I don't know. I forgot. I never read the book. I wouldn't know.
It's good. I read it because I had to in school.
That's the one that influenced the guy to shoot John Lennon, right?
Yeah.
Or allegedly, quote unquote.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. It's funny because literally like in the first chapter, it's just the narrator talking about how everyone is, what's he call them? He calls them the funniest insult. They're all, damn. This bothers me. Wow, I had it too. It's just a brain fart. Wow. Phonies. He goes around calling everybody phonies. Just look at this town of phonies. Blah, 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 blah. And it's just super self-righteous. He's got like a hero complex where he thinks he's better than everyone and he wants to save people that don't need saving.
He's jaded, basically.
Yeah, he's a Shinji.
Yeah, jaded as fuck.
He's a Travis. It's a Shinji. It's whatever this guy's name is. What is this dude's name?
It's probably because he doesn't love himself. But it's hard to love yourself when you don't have that positive reinforcement to say, yeah, go ahead, love yourself. And that brings up the idea of like suicide. You know? The outcasts. There's like 4 different forms of suicide. One, you do it because you're an outcast. Another one is you do it for the group. And the other 2 are like egotistical suicide and altruistic suicide and stuff like that.
What's altruistic?
Altruistic? I think altruistic is the suicide you do for the community. I feel like Japanese suicide
kamikazes.
Mm-hmm. Like they did it for the community, which is their country.
They were also high as shit. No, seriously, they were.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they did it for the pride and stuff, but you know, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No, dude, they dope them up. They just gave them a bunch of dope because it would amp them up, and it's not like they were gonna stick around for the after effects.
So
they'd fucking dope them up to hell, and then tell them like, all right, for the Emperor, being the key word for the Emperor, go crash his plane. Kamikaze drugs.
Oh, look at Donnie Darko. He basically becomes an outcast.
Donnie Darko is different though because there's time travel thrown in the mix, so it's a little left field with that one.
No, Evangelion does time travel, but in like a multiverse way. The fuck?
Dude, they do drugs. Yeah, they do drugs.
Yeah, they do drugs.
They'd give him methamphetamine.
Methamphetamines.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Cool stuff.
And then taxi driver looks at time too, because every time he looks at the rear view mirror is him looking at his past.
Is that what that is?
Maybe that's how I'm interpreting it.
A lot of symbolism in that movie.
Because he's always like looking back. He's always looking back. Or there's that part where that guy in the back seat, he's like, yeah, leave the meter running.
Yeah.
You see that window over there?
Some guy's fucking my wife.
Yeah. I'm a killer. Doesn't say a fucking word the whole time, and it's always just looking at the rearview mirror. Just.
It's weird. It's a great movie. It's just very strange. I think it's a very particular taste if you like movies. It's a very. Oh man.
Dialogue is minimal.
Yeah.
But it does great world building. You feel like you're there in New York when there's just like fucking.
You're in the seedy underworld.
Yeah, titty flicks being played everywhere at every movie theater.
You know that You Talking to Me line was completely improvised?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just fucking let it roll.
It's cool.
Yeah. You talking to me?
Fucking fool can't even hold the fucking Magnum.
I love that scene where he's buying guns from that guy. Just because with everyone else he has a problem talking to, but just that sleazy fucking salesman. They're your like best friends. That's the most dialogue he has with someone up next to the pimp, I guess. But with the pimp, he just sees him as a target.
Yeah, that's not even him.
Mm-mm.
That's not his true self.
Nope. Wait, talking to the gun salesman?
No, to the pimp.
Oh, no, yeah, no. He's just a...
But he also talks to the teenage girl.
Ah, that's true.
Like, he has dialogue.
You know that's Jodie Foster?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
12 years old in that movie.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Reminds me of, what is it? Hitman or something like that.
Hitman.
Fuck. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that movie talks about loneliness too. The Hitman for Hire.
Hitman for Hire.
Yeah, and with Natalie.
Oh, Leon the Professional.
Leon the Professional. Yeah.
That's a good movie too.
That talks about loneliness too. Like, you know, the epitome of loneliness is where you have no empathy for others. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because reminds me of Neon Genesis Evangelion, the movie.
Full circle.
Where this is where like people around him. There's the movie has different multiverses and different perspectives and stuff like that. And one of them is where there's the infamous scene where he's choking out Asuka. At that point, Asuka gave up on him. Everyone around him gave up on him because he wasn't loving himself.
Yeah.
And it just sent him in a spiral because he kept saying, "Help me, please help me." And he said, "I can't help you if you can't help yourself." And that just triggers him, and that's what causes him to fucking choke Asuka out.
Just straight up kills her.
Yeah, and then like she's poking at him because like, yeah, I know you jacked off to me. Just pull it out right now. Do it, you fucking weirdo.
Oh god, that scene was cringe.
And he's just poking at him for saying like, yeah, you want all this love from others, but you're not doing anything for yourself. Fuck you,
dude.
And he ends up killing him.
It's a roller coaster of a fucking show, man. And movies. The movies are good.
And another one, it's where in another multiverse is Asuka and him, but this time Asuka's like, just do something out of your comfort zone. Like, kiss me right now. Asuka tells Shinji, like, kiss me right now. And he's like, he in his head, he's like, fuck, do I do it? Do I do it? And in that scene, he just fucking goes for it. He's like, yeah. He's like scared and shit, but he does it. And it ends up in a positive light because it gives him a confidence boost. Like, I threw myself out there and I got an outcome that I like. And then from there, it just builds on.
Just snowballs.
And then in this one, he rejects the kiss, and then from there it builds on, because Asuka feels hurt now.
Yeah.
Because Shinji rejected her, and then it's just a snowball effect.
Asuka becomes broken too, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's why she's attacking Shinji like that. She's like giving him insults and shit.
No, but I mean like literally, like she gets incapacitated by that angel, the one that's like bringing up all the repressed memories.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the angels themselves are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
They are some scary things, man. You know, originally stories about angels were like angels from heaven. They had to change their form because apparently, like, if mortals would see how angels truly looked, they would die immediately.
What?
That's weird, man.
It was too much for the human to
Yo, angels.
To take in.
Dude, angels are scary as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why they have this. There's this construct or this idea of an angel that's just like guardian angels. They're supposed to take care of you and things like that. But stories of angels in like the Bible, they are crazy motherfuckers. They just go to war with everyone all the time.
Because it's law.
Yeah.
Law is supposed to be perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, if I remember correctly, it's all based around law.
And angels hate humans.
Yeah, because they break laws, right?
No. Because God loves them more. Because they're created from God. They're created of.
Well, aren't angels created from God too?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like they are. Oh, actually, that's a good.
Yeah, they're created from God.
So then, what makes humans different?
I don't know. That's good. Maybe we should talk about that next.
Angel. Ooh, let's take a deep dive into
Bible lore.
Bible lore.
I don't know why you hate that word. It's just it fits.
It works.
It fits.
I like the story.
Tell him, Bob Ross.
It works.
You can't. With a smile like that, how can you not trust him? But yeah, loneliness is a hell of a drug, dog. We all crave for something. We all crave for some type of affection, some type of like interaction with
some connection
with other,
something to resonate with.
Whether it's like one person or being within a group. And you know what? It's kind of hard to understand why though. Like, why we need it? Like, why can't we live alone? Why?
It's so hard to understand.
Why do we have to have connection with others? Like, is there an animal that can live 100% alone? Ants aren't considered fucking mammals or to have like a brain to have consciousness, but yet they can't live without each other.
They stick around they have to, or else one ant by itself can't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an animal that can live by itself.
Yeah.
A snake. A snake?
But snakes usually need a mate.
Oh, then I'm sure whatever asexually reproduces doesn't need anyone.
Starfish.
The masters of loneliness.
You think a starfish is the loneliest creature?
It doesn't even have eyes.
Well, check what animal can live by itself, or what animal does not need. I don't know how to fucking phrase it. Thanks to survive alone.
What's your guess?
Or maybe type of loneliest animal.
No, that's
the most solitary animal in the world.
I'd say I'm gonna guess a worm's on here.
Worm?
They look pathetic.
Alright, hold on. Okay, let's say. So you guess worms.
Yeah.
I'll say starfish.
Starfish?
Fuck it.
10 most solitary animals in the world.
Bears? No.
Bears?
I fucking doubt that.
The black rhinoceros. That's very specific.
They chill, bro. They chill in fucking groups. They all socialize. What animal does not socialize? Type that in.
What animal would you be scared to go up against?
Fucking any animal, bro. They all fuck us up. Maybe a dog. I can take a dog now.
Could you imagine going toes with a rhinoceros? Could you imagine if a rhinoceros would have it out for you?
I don't know what the fuck I would do.
This is just all. This isn't good at all. 7 dangers of not socializing your dog. Animals that roam free.
Animals that. Fuck, I don't know. Anyways. But see, even finding a Google search for it is hard. Do not mate for life.
10 monogamous animals.
but see, like, most animals need to socialize. Like, we're no different.
Anything that's alive needs to socialize.
Yeah, we need to socialize. And, like, why? Why can't I be a hermit?
I don't know.
Why can't
even if you try it usually doesn't. You crave something. Contact.
Touch.
Yeah.
Probably. Touch is very strong.
Could you imagine being just, you know what? Like, imagine being in prison and being in solitary confinement.
Yeah, it does fucking things to you. It reminds me of a fucking story of this guy on YouTube. He's talking about his stories in prison. And he said that it's like, you're right, it fucks with you.
Yeah. People would rather kill themselves than deal with being alone.
Yeah.
There's suicide attempts in the shoe all the time.
They look for the smallest things to give meaning to their life. One of them said, like, so there's a shitload of seagulls that come into the pen. And there's this one seagull that had his wings broke, like one of his wings were broken. So he was always chilling in the pen, you know. And we gave him a name and stuff. And the whole fucking facility knew about that fucking seagull. Like, oh yeah, that seagull. And then one day, fucking eagle comes down and swoops him.
Oof.
Picks him up.
Boot.
And it fucking hurt everyone in the fucking pen. Imagine that.
Convicted felons,
and they're all feeling hurt because
the seagull's gone.
The seagull they haven't even fucking made contact with. Like, that seagull doesn't even know like what they're doing, why they're in there.
Yeah.
But the convicts gave meaning to that fucking bird.
Well, it's just a good metaphor for life happens. Life comes at you fast. If you don't look around, you might miss it. No.
That was great. That was great.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna put down for that. Damn, I feel sad now.
Why?
You need to watch sad. You know what's funny too? When we're sad, we tend to just crave more sadness.
Yes. Why?
We crave to see sad films.
You'd rather be sad than try to be happy.
You just ball yourself. You just keep on balling.
Yeah, I feel... Yeah, when you're sad, you never try to do something to cheer yourself up. For the most part, you kind of just try to dig the hole deeper.
Yeah. Or we always try to see something worse than our situation to put ourselves in perspective. Maybe.
Yeah. There's always the kids in Africa.
Yeah.
That's like my dad's favorite thing for anything. We're just like, well, kids in Africa. So, what does that have to do with anything?
Man. I like talking about loneliness. It makes me feel less lonely.
I haven't been feeling too lonely lately. I feel okay so far. But it's weird because it comes and goes with everyone, I'm sure. Everybody's got their points where they'll be good, and then just out of nowhere, just hits you. And for no reason at all. You'll just feel super sad. Mm-hmm. And it's not even like anything's going wrong in your life or your situation's bad. It's just...
You could be doing something you love, and then it'll just hit you, and be like...
Yeah, man.
Why?
It's hard. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have an Asuka. She would have been choked out. Yeah. She'd be dead on arrival.
Yeah. Should we end it here?
Yeah, it's been like 40 minutes. Cool. Yeah. Good take.
Some quick notes. Website should be out. Hopefully with the merch. Link probably in the description.
Buy a shirt. They're really cool.
Yeah. We don't have it on. Watch any other episode and we'll have it on. Today
we swear they're cool.
Today we goofed. We didn't talk about it.
We're experimenting.
Yeah.
Nothing to add.
No fucking outro still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got it.
Fucking beautiful.